Welcome to this radio channel, and today's tip number 13 for February the 25th, 2019. Well, today's tip is about amateur radio frequency allocations. Why? Because it's easy to, if you have a receiver that is capable of doing single sideband as well as, the regular AM mode for shortwave international broadcasters. Sometimes it's easy to just, listen to international broadcasters and forget that there's a whole world of signals out there. And that whole world of signals, well, part of it is the amateur radio bands. Amateur radio bands are actually fun to tune around for many types of reasons. First, if you're looking to DX countries that have gone from shortwave, well, the international broadcasters might not be there anymore, but amateur radio operators are there, of course. So today's tip is tune the different shortwave bands for amateur radio. Now I'll post the link to this page. It's a Wikipedia page which gives you the frequency allocations and the general propagation characteristics of the amateur bands on the high frequency segments. So why not check this out, and why not tune around and try to find these signals. There's a lot of different modes used. The majority of them is single sideband, but there's digital modes, there's Morse code, there's even some AMers. So if you have a don't have single sideband, well, why not tune in the bands, and you might be surprised, especially on 80 meters and 40 meters, 3.5 to 4 megahertz and 7 to 7.3. These two bands are often very popular with AMers that are, that love that mode rather than using single sideband. So, you know what? You might be using a non-single sideband capable receiver, but still listening in to amateur radio operators. But of course, there's not a lot of them, so you'll have to listen regularly to find them around. Here, I can hear a couple of AMs almost every night around 3875, 3880, 3885 kilohertz in AM mode. Some of them with amazingly good signals. So, tune around. If you have, of course, single sideband, you have the full world of the amateur radio bands here. So this is very, very nice. Remember, the general rule of thumb is that above 10 megahertz, it's upper sideband. Below 10 megahertz, it's lower sideband for the amateur bands. One exception to the rule is the 60 meter band in the 5 megahertz region. But for the rest, you know what, that rule pretty much works. And tune around the amateur bands. You might hear countries that have gone of shortwave, like I said. You might hear some, amateur radio chit-chat, technical talks that sometimes are interesting to listen to, or just, general chit-chat or contacts from around the world. Why not check that out and tune in the world of amateur radio? And you know what, if you're just a listener to the shortwave bands, well, one of the things that might interest you, maybe you'll become an amateur radio operator because you did some listening on the AM bands. So this frequency allocation for amateur radio, I'll post the link in the description below the video. You can click there and get to this article. This is a Wikipedia article, but if you just Google amateur radio bands, you will find tons and tons of pages that actually will give you the information for where to listen for amateur radio. So this was my shortwave tip number 13 for February 25th, 2019. If you enjoy our videos, please subscribe, give us thumbs up. Thank you for watching.